Hi, I'm Rich with insideHPC, and we're here at the Student Cluster Competition at SC15, and we're here with the student team from Colombia with Camilo. How you doing today, sir?
Oh, pretty good. Just a little stressed, but pretty good.
Yeah, it's been a long, another day to go, right?
Yeah, but it's been a really long day. The guys are really tired, but everybody's putting it on.
Okay. Well, first question is, what does it mean for you and your team to be here?
Well, it means kind of everything,
Yeah.
We've been working all year long, preparing, getting ready, studying. We all work for the computing center in the university, so we're representing not only ourselves, but our teachers, our university, our country, hell, even all of Latin America, because we're the only Latin American team here. And so it means pretty much everything to us to do our best and be the best.
Well, that's very exciting, because my next question is, what did you learn this week?
Well, what didn't we learn this week? It's been amazing. We learned so much about compiling, about making everything run fast, making everything run under the power limit, how stressful it is, how to manage that pressure. Every team says, no, we're so cool. We don't suffer at all, but we really learned that in order to be the best, we really have to suffer a little bit before you get there. But learning to really do things right is the biggest thing we learned. And I don't know, it's a really amazing learning experience that we're having here.
Well, great. So did you come across new tools that you haven't used before, like profiling tools, things like that?
Yes, Allinea was amazing for us. In the beginning, we weren't really sure what it was for, but then we started to dive into it, use it on our codes, and then everything clicked. Milk is one really big example of how we used it to be better. Milk has to load everything up into memory and then distribute it, but we found out through Allinea that their algorithm had a little problem, and there was something we could tweak so that we could send everything in parallel from the very beginning, and we would save about 25% runtime just by doing that. And that's part of what Allinea did for us. It also helped us with the HPCG, with the performance report. We really understood which of the versions, because we have the vendor version, the accelerator version, the non-accelerator version, OpenMP, MPI, and we just chose the best one using Allinea. So it's been really powerful for us, and we even are thinking of using it back home because it really can help us not only for this, but for every program we write.
And go for it.
All right, we're here at Team Desert Heat, Arizona Research Computing, and we're here with Brandon. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing really well.
Well, great. First question is, what does this mean for you personally to be here at the Student Cluster Competition and for your team?
It's really a neat experience so far. It's definitely, I'm very fortunate to be here. All of us, we have a team of 5 rather than 6 like a lot of other teams. We had a lot of getting our teams together. We had a lot of people drop out. But it's definitely, I'm really glad we came all the way here, and it's been a great experience so far. So we've got all of our applications queued up on Slurm. So we've only had one minor issue with Slurm, and that was our fault actually. And we got that fixed, thankfully, before we left last night, which was good because otherwise we wouldn't have anything running. And we were able to, we've got a few data sets done, and so yeah, and we're moving really well, and we're able to use a lot of the tools that Allinea provided to us to profile our applications, and which isn't really something I've looked into before.
Did you find those helpful for what you're doing here?
Absolutely, yeah. They were really cool to use and super simple, and I've never really used profiling tools before, and I've always thought that they would be, really difficult to get set up, and you'd have to compile your code with some special flags. And when I heard we were able to use that program, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try, and I started it up, and then, I'm like, well, I'll try this and see what happens, and just ran it, and off it went, and I think I had one minor issue, and then it was absolutely fine, and was able to generate all my reports, and actually able to analyze my program really well and look up what specifically I could optimize on it. So, yeah.
All right, we're here at the Illinois Institute of Technology for the Student Cluster Competition. I'm here with Alex. How you doing today, sir?
Doing really great. A little bit sleep deprived, but it's not bothering me.
Well, it's starting to show maybe, but my first question is, what does it mean for you personally and for your team to be here?
I think that I'm just very proud of all the work that we've done. We've overcome a lot of obstacles. We've had like mistakes in shipping. We've had like like things messing up. We've had like a hard drive fail and then reanimate itself. We've
Okay. Well, okay, so that was the second question. What have you learned this week? Murphy's Law?
yeah, Murphy's Law, but also we've just learned a lot about, even without like the actual specifics of applications, we've learned a lot about like scheduling, planning, and like making the most of your time, because we've actually, when we first started, we actually were underusing the thing. We weren't using the full capacity. We were operating at low wattage, and then we were able to, like, I came up with a way to, like, some people couldn't use our job scheduler because it wouldn't work with their application. So we just scheduled like a blank job that did nothing, so that they wouldn't be overrun by other people. So we come up with like little tweaks and things to make things productive.
All right, we're here at the student cluster competition at SC15 with Team TUMuch Fun, and I'm here with Gregor. How are you doing today, sir?
Hi, thanks. We are doing very fine today. This night we almost crashed our cluster, but currently it's up and running again, and we are very happy about that. And now we are processing our application and trying to get most out of it.
Okay, so what does it mean for you personally and for your team to be here?
Well, it's a great opportunity because most of us, we are all undergraduate students, have never been involved in high-performance computing in any way. So some have taken seminars maybe, but no bigger involvement has been there. So in the past year, we've been preparing for this competition, and that course we have gotten quite some information about HPC and feel very comfortable dealing with supercomputers now.
Okay, because that was my next question.
Okay.
What have you learned this week?
Yeah, so we've learned really a lot. Yeah. We've learned how to operate on a Xeon Phi based system, which is a most cutting edge hardware you can get, I'd say. And it also makes it quite hard because even the software stacks are not fully developed yet, so you have to do quite a lot still manually for the system. Okay. So we had an extra challenge there, but we managed to complete it, and that makes us even more happy.
All right, we're here with Northeastern University with Trevor. So I guess the first question is, what does it mean for you to be here at this competition, for you personally and for your team?
I mean, it's pretty awesome to be able to compete in this. Like, we get to learn a lot, we get to play with some really cool toys, and obviously we get to come here, which is pretty awesome. So far, the exhibit hall has been amazing. A couple of talks this morning were really cool. So.
Okay. So what have you guys learned so far this week? You know,
What haven't we learned? We've been doing. I mean, honestly, it's been a little bit crazy. We had to reformat the entire system Saturday night because our other operating system wasn't ready to go. So all these guys had to recompile their application on an entirely new platform on the fly. I had to rebuild the entire software stack Sunday afternoon. So like it's been crazy. Not a lot of sleep, but they've learned a ton and pulled it together. We're killing all the data sets right now, so it's pretty good.
Well, I guess wrap-up question is the smart money on Northeastern this year? What do you think?
We'll see. We're more here for consistency than compute power, but we're doing pretty well.
Okay.